Hey YouTube, well, here we are again, and you can see the car looks beautiful, as it always does. Front splitter is off, I'll explain that in a moment. And everything looks fine from up here, but if you go in somewhere down there, we vented the block. I don't know what happened. We tuned it. We did all the drivability stuff. We drove it around all like for a couple hours. We fine. We took a couple of really long drives. It's fine. You know, it wasn't really making any noise. Had a little bit of valve train noise, but everybody says you get a little bit of sewing machine noise with a cam. So I wasn't real worried about it. No big deal. So brought it back, put it up on the quick jack, put the wideband in it. Went for a drive up to a location in Mexico, and did a couple third gear pulls. And my tuner dialed in the what do you call it, the everything for wide open throttle, all the fuel enrichment, it all looked good. We were way conservative on everything. 6,800 RPM red line. Trying to think what else he said. What did he say my timing was at? Basically I could put a supercharger on it, where my timing was at. So he pulled, put a little bit of timing in it just to help, but I mean I was super conservative on it, and did a couple more third gear pulls on the way home. Everything was fine. Happy with it. I mean, it was ripping, absolutely ripping. So dropped third gear, went up a hill. We were just feeling it out, and he was data logging, and kaboom! I mean, it was, you heard the crunching. I don't know what the crunching was, but there's, a giant puddle of oil when we were done. So there's a hole somewhere, oil pan block, something. So my theory is, I know I kissed a valve over on this side whenever we had those first lifter issues. So I think maybe we hurt the motor and didn't know it, and it just that was it. So not the end of the world. I'm actually not upset. I'm actually going to take a little break from it because I'm tired of working on it. So it's going to sit here for a little while. I might move it back down to work. I don't know. I need the space to be able to work on a couple of these things that are also needing a couple things. But I think I'm just going to take a break for a couple of weeks. Keep my eye open for, an LS3 dropout, maybe an LS2 dropout, maybe somebody's, 408 that they decided not to use. Here's the thing. If I order from Texas Speed right now, because I already talked to them originally when I had the motor out, because I was like, maybe I'll put something big in. They were like 3 months out. So even if I ordered a motor tomorrow, I'd spend $8,000 on a 408 with heads and everything. I'm September. I mean, that's the end of summer. So at this point, unless I find something within 6 or 7 hours that I could drive to grab, which during the current pandemic, I'm still not wild about. At this point, I'm thinking the summer's probably lost for this guy. So not the end of the world. I'm not, like I said, I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I don't know what happened yet. I'm going to probably pull heads at some point and look at everything, but just kind of going to regroup here. And, it's a bummer. You could probably tell by my voice I'm not happy. I'm not upset, but, it is what it is. It's part of the game when you're building these things. It's, if I was happy with it the way it was from the fact, I could go buy an LS or a C7 for, 30, I think I saw them for like $36,000 or $34,000, and just drive around in that. But I want something that's mine. So, I've turned every bolt in this so far, and I'm not planning on stopping. So it's just kind of a bummer that it didn't work out. But I think we just keep on going with the build. We'll figure out what to do next. We'll find another motor. Maybe I'm not afraid of spending the money on it. I don't know what I want. I want something I can put in and not worry about at this point. I'm kind of burned out with trying to figure out, why do I have tapping? Why do I have, valve train noise? What is the deal with whatever? So, I've got a good twin disc clutch for this. I don't think I'd trust anything other than the intake at this point that's on that motor. Maybe the heads, but probably not. I'll probably just order heads with whatever I get. If you went to the block, there's metal. So at this point, I think I'm just gonna wipe my hands of the ls1, and I want to go with something with more displacement. So at least an ls2, maybe a built iron block 408 or something like that, or 427. I don't know. I gotta poke around a little bit and see what I can find. And but yeah, so kind of a bummer day on the vet. I mean, you know, and the crazy part is we were done. We were on our way home. All we had left to do was pull the O2 sensor out, and he was gonna bail it. My tuner's a super good guy. He tried to give me all the money back. I mean, it only cost me a couple $100 to tune it, and I wouldn't let him because he spent all day here, and he got stuck on the side of the road for an hour and a half while we waited for the tow truck. So, also that's why the front splitter's off, because I had 25 minutes for the tow truck to get there. That was just enough time for me to yank the splitter while laying on the side of the road, and I'm glad I did because it survived. So, all right, that's it. Have a good one, guys. Kind of a bummer video, but we're going to keep on pressing on, and we'll find the next stage for this. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know where I'm going to head with it, but you know how that goes. Definitely displacement. I'm not putting another 5.7 in this. We're going bigger. There's no reason at all to put another 5.7 in this. All right, have a good one.